Hook story offer versus other formulas. Which formula makes the most sense? Interesting, because I got a question and somebody said, hey Jim, everybody's talking about hook story offer. What about hook sales argument something something? And then other people said, hey, what about problem, agitate, solve, or some other formula for doing your sales letter or your video sales letter or your print sales letter or your updates. And here's the thing, there's really three parts to any sales message, whether you want to consider it sales copy, video sales copy, you want to consider it, content marketing, whatever it is. Basically it comes down to three parts. There's a hook, or there's some mechanism that makes people stop and pay attention to whatever it is that you're wanting them to do, or whatever it is you want to pay attention to. And we'll just call that the hook. A hook can be a bunch of different things. It can be a headline, it can be a picture, it can be a statement, it can be a question. And I've said this in other videos, the absolute easiest hook is a question, because people naturally answer questions. People naturally pay attention to questions. And so we're going to talk more about that in the future, because most people think that a hook question, the answer to that has to be yes. And you can actually hook people better when the answer to a question is no, because everybody and their brother is always trying to get people to answer yes to a hook question. But we'll talk more about that later. So the first part is the hook. You got to stop them. The next part is whatever your copy is, whatever your sales story is, whatever it is that you're going to be telling people in order to change their mind, persuade them, or otherwise motivate them for whatever it is you have to sell. Because in order to get somebody to buy something, you've got to change their state, you've got to change their mind, you've got to change their thinking, so that you have some level of dissatisfaction with the status quo, and whatever you're selling is either going to solve a problem or satisfy a desire. And that can be a whole bunch of different things. You can use a story where you literally tell a story, an epiphany bridge story, a mistake, a myth, a misconception, something to change them so they go, okay, I'm not happy with the way things are. Now, you've opened that loop and you close the loop with your offer. And that's where you tell people about whatever it is you're selling that's going to satisfy that desire, that's going to solve that problem, that's going to give them whatever they need. So the key is you need to think of anything you're doing with three parts. You stop them with the hook, you change them with your story, your sales argument, whatever the formula is, and then you convert them with your offer, which is typically sales copy of some kind. So don't overcomplicate this, is probably the biggest message, is just understand that selling is like a conversation, and you start the conversation, you develop the conversation, then you take the conversation to a logical conclusion. So when we do lattes with Jim later on today, I want to talk more about hooks and questions and how you can hook people actually with a no answer, which I think will really surprise you, because again, most people when they ask a question as a hook, they're looking for a yes answer, like, are you tired of, or do you want to write a book? Well, yeah. Well, okay. But of course I'd say yes. So anyway, I want to talk more about that later on today. So you guys have a great day. I got to go take Eli to school. Y'all have a good one, and I will talk to you soon.